All right, so I kind of wanted to talk to you about just the importance overall of this game coming up, just in terms of the FCS just landscape.
Well, my attitude, every FCS game is an important game, regardless of who you're playing or how they're ranked. I just think that our expectations have to be, whenever we play anybody, ranked or unranked, that we are now at a point where we need to be one of those teams, and so these are opportunities to show that, and that's my attitude. It isn't Montana State so much. It could be South Dakota State. It could be North Dakota State. It could be anybody. It just happens this week to be Montana State, and they happen to be ranked. But any more importance than that? No, not really. It's the expectation is that we are at that point where we should be one of the better teams. They should be talking about us in the same breath as we talk about them.
So, coming off of the Arizona State game, kind of the far opposite of that, how do you kind of prepare differently, or
Well, the preparation isn't different. I think that I'm not so naive as not to be realistic about the quality of the athletes that were on Arizona State's team, and the level that we may see at the FCS level. And that's not to understate the quality of the FCS, but you don't see that kind of speed and athleticism and size across the board like you do at quality FBS. I mean, there's other FBS programs, it's not the same way, but so it's more apples to apples than apples to oranges, and that doesn't mean that you go out and the expectation is any different. You still expect to go out and to compete and to be able to execute as well as you can, but you get disrupted in that execution a little bit more when they're a little bit better quality players. That's not the case. I don't think Montana State's better than we are and so consequently I fully expect that we would, have the same expectation to win that they might have, and so that's how we have to go out and play it, and I fully expect us to play that way.
So one of the athletes that may break that mold as their quarterback.
Well, yes and no. I mean, he's unique, but again, against quality teams last week, he looked very average. I mean, so it's not to, again, he terrific player, playmaker, no question about it. But our whole game plan isn't just to stop him. I mean, they got other people. They got some talented receivers. They play tough defense. They run downhill with their run game. Does he have the ability to make plays? Absolutely, and we have to be aware of that. And certainly we have to try to contain his ability to make those big plays. But again, he's going to make plays. But we're going to make plays too. So, yeah, he's a good player. But we have good players too.
And then defensively, you mentioned them. They're a good defensive team. What is it that they do well on that side of the ball?
It's nothing specific. I think they play hard. I think that they're active with their linebackers. They blitz enough to keep you honest. They're like a quality FCS program. They're going to be well coached and play hard. The great thing about them last year is with the win, the season that they had, it has given them confidence, and so that's the kind of confidence you need every time you go out on the field, is to think that you're going to win and beat every team that you play, particularly at the FCS level. I think that's their strength as a team, so they play with that expectation, and that's the expectation that we have to have as well.